In a tiny, weathered cottage at the edge of a forgotten village lived an old man named Elara and his wife, Anya. Their days were a tapestry woven with threads of hardship, their meals often just a thin soup and a slice of stale bread. Their love for each other was the only treasure they possessed, a warmth that kept the chill of poverty at bay.
Ho, ho, ho!
Their hands were gnarled from a lifetime of work, yet their fields yielded little, and their small flock of chickens laid eggs only sporadically. Hope, like the winter sun, was a fleeting visitor. One biting autumn evening, as a fierce wind howled outside, a sharp knock echoed through their humble home.
Ho, ho, ho!
Elara, startled, shuffled to the door. Standing on their doorstep was a stranger, his cloak dusted with the first snowflakes of the season. His face was kind, etched with the lines of a long journey, and his eyes held a gentle, knowing light. He asked for nothing more than a place to rest by their fire for the night, away from the storm's fury.
Ho, ho, ho!
Despite having so little, Anya's heart was full of compassion. Of course, she said, her voice a soft whisper. What little we have, we share. She offered him their only spare blanket and a bowl of the same thin soup they were having.
Ho, ho, ho!
The stranger accepted with a grateful smile, and as they sat by the crackling fire, he listened intently as they spoke of their struggles, not with complaint, but with a quiet resignation. He didn't say much, but his presence filled the small cottage with an unfamiliar sense of peace.
Ho, ho, ho!
The next morning, the storm had passed, leaving the world cloaked in a pristine blanket of white. The stranger was ready to leave. As he stood at the door, he turned to Elara and Anya. Your kindness has warmed more than just my body, he said, his voice resonating with a strange power. I have little to offer in return, but take this.
Ho, ho, ho!
He reached into his simple satchel and pulled out a small, unassuming leather pouch. Plant these seeds in your barren field. Water them not just with water, but with the same hope and kindness you've shown me. Before they could even properly thank him, the stranger was gone, his footprints in the snow seemingly vanishing as he walked away.
Ho, ho, ho!
Puzzled but intrigued, Elara opened the pouch. Inside were not ordinary seeds, but tiny, shimmering pebbles that glowed with a soft, golden light. They looked like nothing they had ever seen. Following the stranger's instructions, Elara and Anya went to their frozen field with weary hands. They dug small holes in the cold earth and planted the glowing pebbles one by one.
Ho, ho, ho!
They tended to the strange seeds with unwavering faith. Days turned into weeks. At first, nothing happened. The villagers whispered, calling them fools for wasting their time on a stranger's trick. But Elara and Anya held onto the stranger's words. Then, one morning, a miracle, from the spots where they had planted the pebbles, tiny sprouts of pure gold pushed through the soil.
Ho, ho, ho!
They grew not into plants, but into magnificent, shimmering trees with leaves of silver and fruit that looked like perfectly cut jewels. Word of the magical orchard spread like wildfire. People came from all over to see the incredible sight. Elara and Anya were no longer poor. They had wealth beyond their wildest dreams.
Ho, ho, ho!
But the stranger's gift had changed more than just their fortune. It had blossomed the kindness already in their hearts. They didn't hoard their wealth. They shared it, ensuring no one in their village ever went hungry again. They built a new school, repaired homes, and offered a helping hand to anyone in need. Their little cottage remained a humble reminder of where they came from.
Ho, ho, ho!
And their greatest treasure was still the love they had for each other, now shared with their entire community. They never saw the mysterious stranger again, but they honored his gift every day by proving that the greatest magic of all is a kind and generous heart.
Ho, ho, ho!
Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more tales that warm the heart. See you next time.
Ho, ho, ho!